excited. Do you see your bucket? Do you see your bucket?
All right, good morning, everybody. It is Brittany at Big Cat Rescue in Tampa, Florida. It is definitely breakfast time. That's what Priya says. We're going to do a virtual feeding tour with Kathryn today. So I'm trying to make sure everybody can hear me and that everybody's joining in. Priya has just about lost all patience for us this morning. Her cute little moans are becoming growly and aggressive. So, all right, good morning, Deb. Good morning, Susan. All right, well, here's Kathryn. Yay! So Kathryn's gonna be our feeding tour guide this morning. So she picked some awesome cats. So we're gonna let her get some food in there for Priya, and then we'll tell you guys a little bit about what we're gonna do this morning.
Yeah, Priya doesn't want to hear the blah, blah, blah.
Nope. So Priya is currently locked out of her feeding area. So you can see that door over there. There's 2 doors down between her and Kathryn. That way Kathryn can get all this yummy, looks like a bunch of chicken.
Bunch of chicken drums, chicken thighs, and the fun ground diet that they get to do.
It's like a ground beef diet. Oh, she's just tearing it up back and forth.
Taking too long. Less chatting, more feeding. All right. Let's let her in.
Thank you, Arlene, for the donation. So you can see Kathryn put her feeding bucket far away. She's gonna have to pull open that door now.
Okay, now that Priya has her food, we can chat about it. So we give them a pretty good variety of food. Good girl. She gets the ground diet, which actually has a lot of the nutrition in it. These guys in the wild would eat the whole animal. So of course we try to replicate that as best we can. So she's got some bone, and then she's got the ground meat, which has like the organs and nutrition in it that they would get out of eating the organs from the whole animal. So,
And listen to that crunch.
I know. Everybody talks about how you're not supposed to give your cats bones, and so these guys would eat bone in the wild, and the difference is you shouldn't give your animals cooked bones. Cooked bones splinter, and that's how they can get hurt, is eating those splinters, but raw bones break, and so they're able to actually, their digestive systems are able to break down those bones.
About how many pounds of food do you think she got today?
Today she probably got about 6 to 8 pounds. And so we feed based on the time of year and of course the cat's body condition and their age. So some cats get a little bit more, some cats get a little bit less. In the wintertime they eat a little bit more. In the summertime they're not as active, so they eat a little bit less. And it's hot out. When it's hot out we don't eat as much, so they don't eat as much when it's hot out. They're a little lazier about it. Yeah. Except for Priya. I will say she eats the same amount all the time.
Yeah. Yep, she's always ready for the food.
She's always ready for snacks. We feed different things on different days, and then there are a couple days where they get a little less food and a little more food. We try to vary it a bit. In the wild, they wouldn't catch the exact same thing every day all the time, and so they might go days without food and then get a lot of food on a particular day. So they get a good variety of different kinds of meats. She's getting chicken today, both boneless thighs and drums, but then another day she might get red, another day she might get whole prey, so they get different varieties on different days.
Yeah, I was always amazed to find out a tiger could eat up to like 90 pounds in one sitting.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Priya says, that sounds amazing.
Let me try that.
I want to try that.
Let me try it one time.
We do kind of see that, though, because, like, they get turkeys for Thanksgiving.
True, yeah.
And those turkeys are sometimes around 20 pounds, which is more than they would get on a daily basis. Yeah. And they tend to pack that away pretty well.
They do.
So.
They gorge it and then look very sleepy for the rest of the day. You're doing so good, lady. With all this yapping.
Yeah.
You enjoy it, though.
She likes to have company with breakfast.
She does, yeah. Yeah, when I move on to feed Duchess next door, usually she's like, wait, should I carry that down with me? Bring it over there?
Are you coming back? Because I'm going to finish if you're coming back. It's not often that she leaves food, but occasionally she will. And if you come over here and talk to her, usually she'll run back over and eat the rest of it. Like, oh, you're here now.
Yep.
I'll eat the rest of that.
You better finish.
She's picking through it now.
Mm-hmm.
Now that she's not quite as starving.
Yeah, she's definitely notorious for right after feeding being like, wait, did you bring me more? Is there more?
Second breakfast? I need second breakfast.
Pizza's ready to go.
She's also pretty good sometimes at cleaning her plate completely, all the little crumbs, and then acting like she didn't get fed.
Yep. You're so trickery. Yes, you are. Wow, thank you guys so much for all the donations. Sorry I haven't been able to shout each one of you out. I hate to interrupt all the awesome information from the guides, but thank you guys. We normally would give the feeding tour and keeper tour 3 days a week, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. We've been closed to the public since March 16th, so all these donations are extremely helpful because we are losing some revenue from tours that help take care of the cats. You have like 3 thighs still on there.
Pieces.
Where are you going?
Hey, Priya. Oh, I'm tired.
All right. You sure you're not going to come back for it?
She might.
Because so what we would normally do is pick that up and have to log it. But I have a feeling
She might come back.
Or maybe she wants you to stop on the way back.
All right, we'll put it in the bucket. Maybe stop on our way back.
All right, so Katherine's going to pick up that little bit of food. She only left a couple thighs. Just a little bit. Hi, babe. Yeah, come back. See, she's going to take it. She's going to have to take it. Right there by your foot. She's like, but what else is in the bucket?
Yeah, she's like, is there something different?
No.
No? You gonna eat it? I'm gonna take it if you're not gonna eat it. You gotta eat it. No, you're not gonna eat it?
She just wants extra time. Oh, there we go. Had to be a game.
Yeah. I'm gonna take it if you don't get it. Are you sure you don't want it? Are you sure?
No, this is just a camera for me, babe. You know I don't have anything. You know I don't have anything. Oh, no. What was that? Just had to get the sneeze out. There we go. Now she just has to have it handed to her. Just got to be extra special.
There's one more. There's none in the bucket. The bucket empty. You are so funny.
She is. She's going to leave one thigh. You're just going to leave one thigh for us to have to pick up? She got it.
I'll put it in the bucket, and then it's a different one.
It's brand new. There we go. No? Oh, that trick did not work.
We work for it.
All right, so Katherine's just picking up that, and then if she had left a crazy significant amount of food or done anything really unusual for her, we would chart that, and then the coordinator would know and the vet group would know. Is it more fun if it's over there? This way we don't have to chart anything because you would have eaten it. Nope. Something funky about that one, I guess. All right, well, there was Priya. She's the first cat on our feeding tour this morning. We are gonna go see Purrfection Ocelot. The reason we don't leave the food for very long on the plates is because we don't want to encourage like the vultures or large birds or any other kind of vermin, flies that leave eggs. It gets really disgusting really quick here in Florida.
Yeah, especially in the summertime when it's warm.
Yeah.
You don't want to leave the meat out too, so.
Yep.
While in the wild, cats will stash food and come back and eat it later. These guys aren't in the wild and they're not used to eating that kind of meat.
Yep. All right, so yep, everybody else on property has already had breakfast, or they're currently wrapping up feeding right now. So the cats that are on our list are going to be very eager for us to get to them, so we won't stop at every cat. So Miss Purrfection, I'm sure, is like, what the heck?
She's up on her platform too.
She gave up. She's like, I guess I just live up here now.
Right. Hopefully
she'll come down.
Meet us at the lockout.
She plays that game with me every Monday night at Meds. I have to
play that game.
Well, I have to stair step her all the way down the platform with a piece of each level. She has to get a treat for me. It's the only way I can get her down. I'm like, dang it. Yes, I got trained real well. Oh, it's all right, Tutters. You already got breakfast. Yes, you
ate
did.
Breakfast already.
Jen already took care of you.
Come on, Buxton. Come on, my girl. Come on.
She is in the very top of that platform. That thing scares me to death when she does that. You can see how she has to circle her way around. Don't get dizzy, you're going so fast.
Easy, old lady.
Oh, what a good girl. That's Beecher yelling in the background.
Oh. Oh, goodness. We're getting scolded for being late.
We are.
So Purrfection is in what we call a lockout. This is not her whole cage. She's just in a tiny part of her cage, so we can observe her while she's eating. And if we saw something weird, we could actually shut her in there and get a good look at it, or pictures for the vet. If we needed to treat her with something that was topical, we could put it on her while she's in there. So it gives us a place to bring them that we can see them really well and observe them. But they don't live in there, and they would only be closed in there for a short period of time while the vet was here.
Can you talk to them about her hot spots?
Yes.
That's a reoccurring thing.
So she actually does have a hot spot on the back of her neck right now, especially when it's buggy or warm and humid. Her skin doesn't dry out all the way, and so she does get hot spots. She'll get like a bug bite or something, and then she'll rub it on the cage until she rubs the fur off. But it's not super irritated.
I was gonna say, that actually looks really good and healing. There's no redness at all. But you can, it's cool, you can kind of see how her spot is on her skin.
Yeah.
So it's pretty amazing how they've got their markings that go all the way skin deep.
All the way to their skin.
You are such a clean plate club member.
Like, oh, is that it?
She is the woman president of...
Everything? You ate it all. Good girl. She's like, bye.
Yep. I know, growly lady. So actually Purrfection gets an AM diet and a PM diet. She's one of those special cats because of the medications that she's on. Well, where'd she go?
She's like, I'm done with you.
Are we gonna crawl back up the top? That's pretty fun to watch.
I'm done.
Ooh, you get some water. Come drink some water.
baby girl.
I know, honey. Oh,
You're
so
all
grumpy.
right.
Her's very grumbly.
We are getting scolded.
We are. You were late
I was
and...
late. She had to have an audience.
Yeah.
And we were late. All kinds of bad things. But I love how the ocelots make that noise, and you never know, like they make that noise, happy, glad, sad, mad. That's their noise for everything. So she could be super happy and be saying, thank you for my breakfast.
Yeah.
She could also be saying, you guys suck. And we don't know.
Right. I'm always going to pretend that it's because they love me.
We were awesome. Saying we were awesome.
I do that with Running Bear all the time. I'm
Yeah.
like, I know you love me, even though that sounds terrifying. Hi, mister. All right. I said I wouldn't stop for other cats, but you're too cute.
That's too cute.
You watching that vulture? Say, get out of here. So that's another reason why we don't leave the food around, is the big vultures right there. That's why you'll see that layer of chicken wire or duck wire that is around each feeding lockout. That's so that if the cat is still finishing breakfast when we've walked away, the vultures can't steal their food. All right.
And people always ask.
Oh, do you want to go through to Sioux and Lakota from here?
Yeah.
Or,
we could
okay.
do
So we're going to go see Sioux and Lakota Bobcats. That was King Tut, Savannah cat. He gets fed by the meds person. He's another one that likes to guilt trip you. I think by now what he's really doing is asking for a sickle. Sure. Oh, okay. So we'll have to separate them first. Sioux and Lakota, we believe, are siblings. And Afton gave us the heads up yesterday that I guess they were working on their enclosure. So they did a cleanup in part of their enclosure, so they might be a little nervous or a little feisty today, since there were people messing with them yesterday. But because they live together, we never ever want our cats to have to feel like they need to fight or compete for food. So we make sure that, that they are separated at feeding time. Oh, yep, that door is down. Awesome. Hi, you better come see. You better come see what's over here.
You ready for breakfast?
Say nope.
Like, nope.
Maybe if I come over here, she'll... You better go see. So you can see Kathryn's dropping her food in lockout. We might have to just walk away and watch from a distance. Well, she wasn't kidding. They are freaked out. Yeah, I think she just wants us to go away. So Sioux is very slowly making her way to her feeding lockout. Now we just have to find Lakota. They have a huge new enclosure expansion, which is amazing. It's amazing, but it does make it hard to find two little bobcats. They're very small bobcats, so. Oh. Sure. So this is Lakota. Sioux was the first one that we saw. She started walking towards the lockout as we were walking away. No. I love that even though they've been here a couple years now, that they both are still so ferocious. Like they just haven't calmed down at all. Haven't. Yeah.
So if you couldn't tell, Lakota got a mixture of beef and chicken. And it's cut up, but not super cut up, so he still has to chew it. They have cutting teeth. Like we have crushing teeth. Our teeth crush food into like a paste. Their teeth cut it into pieces. And so they can get it in the back of their mouth and then cut off pieces and then swallow the pieces. That's why you often see our food cut into strips instead of big chunks, because if you think about it, if you just had a pair of scissors, cutting something that's in a strip versus cutting something in a big chunk, it's easier for their teeth to cut pieces off. And while in the wild, you know, he would eat things that have bone and fur and all that stuff. Again, he's not in the wild.
Yep.
And they would only eat something like maybe once every couple of days versus having to chew something into pieces every single day. And beef is really tough. It's not something they would normally eat in the wild. He wouldn't eat a cow in the wild.
Right.
He would be eating little squirrely things in the wild.
Yep. Yeah, I definitely think Sioux and Lakota are more of a southern bobcat. When you look at our northern bobcats like Nabisco or Smalls, they're super fluffy and lighter in color. These guys are adults, but they're very small.
Still very ferocious.
Very. They're our Halloween cats. They always sound like the traditional, like, like Halloween cat.
And he doesn't as much, but I know Sue, when she's walking around, if you catch her unawares, she does the Halloween kitty. She puts her back up.
Yeah, if she had a long tail, it'd be all like puffed out.
All puffed out.
Well, let's maybe see if we can catch a peek and just make sure she went over. We don't have to bother her too much. We'll let him finish in peace. Oh, I was very impressed. He's in a new lockout and stayed there the whole time.
Big bobcat things.
Yeah. Yep, she's definitely in lockout.
She's over there.
She's looking at us though, like, wait, where are you going?
Where did you come from?
Maybe I can get an angle from this way without walking up behind her. Food time's their favorite time of the day. I hate to make them feel like paranoid or freaked out about it.
Stay over here if you don't mind.
Okay, yeah.
I might give you a chance to actually see her.
Yeah, I'll just kind of zoom in.
Two of us be in danger.
Yes, true. So what I was referring to, oh, hi, babe, is that they went in and they did a bunch of raking. There she is. Ooh, doesn't want to focus. Hi, baby girl. All right, we'll leave you to it. So she's right outside of lockout. She just doesn't quite trust what we're doing over here. So this whole section over here where they're normally eating every morning got completely raked and new grass seed put down and all that fun stuff. So that's why they're a little paranoid about their feeding lockouts right now. All right. Yeah, she's over there, yep. But she was very much like, are you coming near me? So I walked away. So she's just watching Lakota finish up. And he's like, where's that project going? As long as it's not here again.
Yeah, it looks like they got this whole section.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks good. It's kind of huge on both of their parts that she would go over there and eat, and that he would eat in a new lockout with a whole train of carts going by.
Yeah, he's so good.
Yes.
Every little bite. All the little bite.
All right, so we have Illithia next. So we're gonna go see a serval. It's Purrfection who's gonna chase Kathryn one more time.
She knows that I am a sucker for her, so
Yeah.
she usually gets extra treats.
I could definitely tell. It was cute when you sent me your list. I was like, I already knew her and Amanda would be on your list, but I was excited to see who else.
Yeah, gotta do my girl Mandy.
All right, guys, so we have been to Priya and Purrfection, and we just saw Sioux and Lakota Bobcats. We're gonna go see a serval, and we still have a lion, a caracal, and a tiger on our list. Oh, that breeze is nice. There's an overhead tunnel right there. Sorry, Deb, I just saw your comment. It's very similar to the one that Sioux and Lakota had. And actually, I'll have to probably show you guys tomorrow the finished product for Moses and Bailey, because that is a heck of a tunnel.
Oh, that is a long tunnel.
That's a heck of a tunnel. I think they're gonna love it.
Tunnel. That's gonna be fun for them.
Yeah.
Maybe Moses will be a little less fluffy.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll get a little running around.
Oh, hi, small girl.
Aww.
She's so sweet.
Is she settling in?
She is settling in,
She
yeah.
doesn't like me, so I haven't really gone to see her.
She's finally eating in the lockout next to Gilligan.
Good.
So, yeah, I think it just took her, like, really seeing, like, that he's just her cousin. He's just a bigger, like, her that makes a weird noise sometimes, and she got over it pretty quick, so.
Well, she is a sociable cat.
She is, yeah. She's always kind of been curious of all of her neighbors, so. And the boys across the street are driving her nuts. Like, Flint just, like, coos at her all the time. I'm like, so sweet.
Oh, the cuteness.
It's so sweet.
Oh, the cuteness.
All right, I'm
I've
sure.
called her way too many times. So
Yeah.
She does not like me. I've been trying to stay away from her.
Yep. I was glad I didn't have to be involved in that.
You don't have to be associated with that.
Nope. All right, so.
I'm sure Illithia is wondering where her breakfast is.
Yes. So Illithia is very special to Kathryn too, because she was your very first, like, all by yourself rescue.
All by myself rescue.
Yeah.
I actually got to go to the house where she was a pet. Illithia! That's a pretty girl.
Oh, Mama Rondins.
Forget you.
Hi, babe.
Hi. You want to come over here?
This one has wire.
This one has wire. No, come over here. I know, you want the good stuff.
Yep. See, I'll take the chick, please. And I'll take it over here. Thank you again for the 9 of you that have donated. We really appreciate that. Oh,
She's like, bye.
so dainty. Where are you gonna go with that?
Her little tail's all fuzzed up.
I know. She's very offended it took so long to
She
get
is.
here.
She's like, I got late breakfast. Yeah, and so usually with cats that were pets, we have to, like, spend a lot of time weaning them onto a meat diet like we feed here.
Mm-hmm.
But she actually went right to a whole prey diet.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, I will eat whole prey and nothing else. And so we actually then had to, like, get her on where she would eat chicken and the mush and all of that kind of stuff. But she wanted whole prey right away.
No wonder she's so long and lanky if she walks away with
walks
every piece
every
to the,
piece.
like she's a football
She's
field
like,
away.
"See ya."
Where'd you go?
Illithia!
Is she like, I can't see her at all now.
Yeah, I think she's in the other
Well,
section.
that kind of shows you a little bit more about our enclosure sizes. We're still standing in the exact same spot, and she is
gone.
totally out of sight. So she got, looks like chicken thigh, she got some chicks, and she got some of the ground diet, which we call mush. Here she comes.
Come on. You got more?
Nope,
girl.
servals are not domestic. They are African servals. They are very fierce. If you notice how hissy she was and is. When,
on, sweet girl.
yes.
Come on. Good girl.
servals have to be just absolutely fierce because they live alongside lions and hyenas and leopards, and so they are not domesticated cats. Unfortunately, that's a big misconception because they're small. People think that they'd be easily domesticated, and they are very wrong about that.
Yeah, in the wild, these guys catch birds in mid-flight, and so they have an incredible jumping ability. They can leap like 10 feet vertical, and so they would be up on top of anything in your house, and you would not be able to get them down. So they're fierce hunters. Servals actually have the best hunting ratio in the wild, too. They catch about half of what they go after, which lions and tigers and those guys probably catch about a quarter of what they go after. These guys are very efficient hunters.
Mm-hmm.
So putting a harness on it and having it in your house is not gonna get rid of that wild.
Mm-mm. No, and so that's when people start to think, well, if I declaw them
Right.
or I do all of these other terrible things, that'll help make them less
Right.
fierce, but then they usually become biters or they pee on everything, whether they're fixed or not. They're wild, so wild cats pee on things, chew on things, scratch things, and rub all over everything in order to mark their territory. So they will do that to their owners, the owner's friends, whatever comes into their territory.
The owner's other pet.
Yeah, if they can have them, yeah.
Yeah, her owners actually had a dog as well, and they were completely separated.
Mm-hmm.
She had an enclosure in the garage, and then the people and the dog were in the house. So even with the best intentions, it does not work.
Right, yeah.
And she got good vet care, and they tried, to do the best thing for her, but the best thing for her was here, or not to have gotten her in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
These guys need to be in the wild.
That is Mouser.
Mouser says, second breakfast? Second breakfast?
Mouser would like you to share with him.
She like, no way. She's like, no way, man. Yeah, Illithia is definitely special to me since she was my first rescue by myself.
Yeah.
I always come and visit the girl. And she was really afraid when she first got here.
Mm-hmm.
So I spent a lot of time with her. Since somehow, because I got her out of the house, she wasn't afraid around me.
Mm-hmm.
So I spent a lot of time with her when she first got here. She still hissed at me, but she didn't run away from me.
Right, yes. You gonna finish that?
She has the prettiest little serval face.
She does, yeah. She's got a really unique, like, blondish color instead of that reddish brown.
Yeah.
And you can tell she's a girl, too.
You can.
Like,
She has a girl look about her. That petite little head.
Mm-hmm. Usually when we take in a cat that was previously owned or was a pet, we contract with them that they'll never own another wild cat like that again. Usually the owners will say that they'll come visit or they'll check in, and they typically don't. I'd imagine that'd be pretty difficult on most of them, or a lot of them that just don't care because that problem's no longer theirs. But I don't think we've heard from her owners. Doing really good.
Yeah, I did hear from him a couple of times to see how she was settling in, but I have not heard from him since probably a couple months after she got here.
Mouse,
Sarah's
my
like,
goodness.
what's going on over there?
I thought it'd be Diablo that would be crying for his girl, but yeah, Illithia lives between two Savannah cat males, and both of them are very interested in her. It's so silly.
It is funny. They're like two little short guys that are like in love with the 6-foot model.
Yes, totally. It's like our own little Big Bang Theory over here.
You're
our Penny.
She's definitely Penny. She is definitely Penny.
That's adorable. Oh. All right. right, well,
All right.
I think she's gonna keep doing
doing
pretty
pretty
well.
good.
Yeah, normally she's wandered away by now, so.
I think she's gonna pick for a bit.
All right, let's go see. We've seen most of our little cats and one Priya tiger, but let's go see Nikita.
Yes, I'm sure Nikita is like, where is my...
Yeah, I'm a little nervous actually for having made her wait this long. There's Mouser. Hi, mister. Your cleaners are coming. They give you the attentions. Thank you very, very much, you guys, for the donations. We have 3 cats left, so we're gonna see Nikita. We're gonna see Cyrus. I'm sure he's also like, what the heck?
Yeah, he's like, hey, she got that.
Yes, Chaos got her food, what the heck? And then we will wrap it up with Miss Amanda.
Well,
There's
we
Kimba.
have a little stocky neighbor.
We do. Hi, sir.
What are you doing? Hi, Nick.
There's Kimba. Hi, sir. Go feed your gorgeous neighbor. Be very stocky.
I think you got fed already.
You did. You got yours. We gotta get to the queen ASAP.
Whoa. I ain't gonna be mad. Mope, mope, mope. Mope, mope.
So this is Nikita. She's our only lion here at Big Cat Rescue. Whoa. Again, you can see the lockout doors down. Here, you get one treat. One treat. She got a chicken drum to keep her busy while Kathryn loads in her food. Hi, Mama.
I'm going, baby girl.
Hi, Mama.
I'm going. All the chickens.
You did get all the chickens. That's awesome.
The chickens.
She got some chicken breast, chicken thigh, and chicken drum today.
I know. I'm just giving this away.
I'm not gonna do a lot of talking while we watch her.
It's alright. It's alright.
Oh my god. That chicken breast was like the size of a torso. And now it's gone.
And now it's gone. Okay. Don't chew your food. Don't swallow it.
Yeah, we tend to not do a ton of talking, so we'll talk after she's done.
Switching.
Bite. Good job.
Wow, good job, Mama. Get that long drink of water.
Thanks. Yeah, that was 5 pounds of food.
Yeah, gone in
Like
an
2
instant.
minutes, yeah.
Yeah. She's, what, almost 20? Or did she turn 20?
I think she turns 20 this year.
I think it's
Yeah.
later this year, yeah. And if you look at her and her lockout, each one of those squares is 4 inches. So if you're wondering just how big she is, or you saw Kathryn stand next to her, she is a very, very
She's a
big
big
lioness.
She is a big girl.
Yeah, we don't like to do a lot of talking, and usually we don't even linger, but for the sake of, you know, getting it on video for you guys, she just gets very protective, territorial, and she will start swallowing her food without cutting it to swallowable pieces. So we just try to stay real calm and quiet, or we walk totally away. When I was trained to feed her, it was like, don't talk to her, don't make eye contact, get the food in, get the door open, and walk away and watch her from a distance. So
She's mellowed a little bit in her old age.
a little, yeah. No, she's still, I know she's got it in there, and I never want to test that. So right now she's just in her feeding lockout again. So if you guys are brand new to us, please ask questions about our enclosures before you just assume that what you see her in right here is all she has. She's just getting a very long drink of water.
Very long drink. Chicken is very thirsty. Thirsty work.
So you'll see her turn around and walk back out. This is just where she's gonna know that she can always come for food.
Oh, she's watching Kimba.
Yeah, she is. Are you making friends with the boy?
He's very handsome.
He's the most handsome boy.
Good girl.
So Nikita actually has
Girl princess.
she has 3 roofed area sections that are about 18 plus 100 square feet. And then she has a big open air section that you can see. That's probably where she'll spend the rest of her day. Oh, nope. This is where we're gonna nap for a minute. That was a lot of chicken.
An Explore camera.
Yep.
On her open air.
Yep, so you guys can go to bigcatcams.com and find her Explore camera if you want to see the rest of her enclosure. We'll just get you one
I'm just gonna grab this
close up.
crumb.
Yeah, she left a little shard of bone in there. Well, it's actually really wonderful to see her drink so much water, because a lot of times, you know, cats are actually prone to being dehydrated. They don't drink enough water, so it's really good to see such an old cat. If you times her age by 6, that's roughly what she would be in human years, so she's up there. Hi, babe. So Kathryn picked up a couple little scraps she left of bone shard because we don't want birds coming over just to harass her.
Yeah.
All right, we've got 2 cats left. He's like, but both of you ladies give me treats all the time. We're some of the very few people that can hand you treats. He's been doing really good for me. Carol followed me one night to just hand out treats to him and Max. And he just came right over. He just like, the thing with him is he takes the food into his mouth and just holds it for a minute. It's like he doesn't know if he's allowed to swallow it. So I've had to start trying to help like push it in. I'm like, I promise that's yours. You can have it. Hi, Bubba.
Good seeing him over here.
I like it. I can't wait till he's got all of it back because I miss him in his pool, but I know they're going to fix some things.
He gets to have a new friend.
Yes.
And, we're running.
We're running. Sorry, Bud. We just wanted to show you.
Everybody wants to see the Cyrus.
Yeah, so this is Cyrus Caracal. That was Kimba Tiger that we were just chatting about. Cyrus is another one that's kind of guilty of like just swallowing his food. So, hi, bye-bye. So again, if you just saw on Nikita, so you see that he's locked out of his feeding lockout. Yeah, Kathryn is putting the food in on his plate. These plates are sanitized every single day with fresh water. And he's got a water bowl there. Oh, I take that one out here. This one's out here. Of course, there's weeds in the way.
big bite, mister.
That was a big bite. So he can come back in for more. Do you want to tell them a little bit about what we watch the cats in lockout for? Like what kind of things as a keeper we're looking for?
So yeah, when the cats come in, this is a good chance for us to get to see them on all different sides. So one, you want to watch how they're eating. Are they eating on both sides of their mouth? Do they look like they're picking, only eating easy food? If they have bones, are they chewing the bones on both sides of their mouth? Do they look like they're having trouble eating? But we also look for, do they have scratches or do they have any wounds on them? Are they standing okay? Are they limping? You know, when they come into lockout, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
This is when sometimes they're their most active, and so we get a good feel for, are they putting weight on all 4 feet? Are they having any kind of trouble standing or walking? Can they not lay down in their lockout? You know, things like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll actually never forget that being one of my keeper observations early on was when Chaos was limping.
Yeah.
We caught it right at breakfast time because, of course, she wanted to eat breakfast, but she had kind of been hidey the day before, and that was back when they lived together.
Oh, yeah.
And we quickly had to separate them and be like, okay, I think someone bit somebody else a little bit too much. So
He doesn't want to have a roommate.
So now Cyrus and Chaos are just neighbors, but they both have their own large spaces, so they don't have to share or compete, which is really nice for them because they were basically raised in a cattery, so being used and bred for the illegal pet industry. So it's nice to see them have their own independence. No more limping.
No more limping.
Wow, thank you so much, Lori, and I think it was Jane for the donation. You guys always come through. I really appreciate that. Our supporters are why we can feed these cats top-notch food and give them top-notch health care. You know, we would normally be bringing in tour revenue for our guided educational tours, feeding tours, keeper tours. So donating on these virtual ones are just, it's a beyond helpful. Same thing with sharing. So if you can't donate financially, thank you guys so much for sharing these, sharing our posts and our videos and our photos. Oh my gosh.
He's trying to get every little bite.
You
He
better
keeps
get
pushing
it.
pieces out. But yeah, we probably go through a good couple 100 pounds of meat a day to get everybody fed, since we do feed every single day. And so absolutely, thank you so much for donating. We do feed these guys top shelf food. They get fed better than we do sometimes.
I've done food prep where I'm like, this would be a good one for the grill.
Yeah, everything but the mush is USDA food. Well, the mush is USDA as well, but it's not for human consumption. But all the other food is actual USDA approved food, so it's human consumption food. They get fed really good stuff.
Wow, bud. Good
Clean
job.
plate.
And I've heard from Rebecca that she has finally started using a stick for operant with him.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I thought he would never
Yeah,
get
I know.
over that hump.
It could be too that he's a little older now.
He is,
than when he
he's,
first came.
He's gotten used to the
He's
routine
gotten-
more, yeah.
And he's not so food motivated. Like, he's not thinking he's never going to get fed again.
Right.
Like, it does take a while for that to leave. When they come here and they haven't gotten a lot of really good food, they tend to just scarf everything all the time. So I think he's not quite so frantic.
Yeah, I agree. I love that.
Yeah, it's nice when they settle in.
Good job, sir. Oh, man.
Bye.
Go back to your pretty little flowers. That's my favorite. When he
He's in
lays
those
in
orange
there,
flowers,
I
yeah.
just love that. He spends all day. And his little
Lounging
ear
in
tufts
his
look just like his
flowers.
little bird of paradise flowers. Good job, mister. You did so good. See how he's chin marking? Oh, that face. I can't handle it.
Yeah, and we wish that was that he was wanting to get scratched. That's not what it means.
No. Although I have started using a scratcher on him. He likes it. Yep. He did hiss at me the very first time, but that's because I was just holding the scratcher in and letting him rub along it. And when it touched his tail, he hissed at me. I'm like, you did that to yourself. I didn't do anything.
No touching. You're not supposed to touch me.
So yeah, any of the cats that have been declawed here, we try to get them used to these retractable metal scratchers because again, we never touch the cats. We don't put our hands in the cage. But some of them, as they get older, really need help grooming. So in order to get them used to that, we just kind of start trying it out, and he allows me to do it, but there's occasionally times where he gets a little like, wait a minute. Thank you guys so much for the donations. We are heading out to our last tiger for the feeding tour today. And that's the best tiger. That's Miss Amanda. She is our oldest cat on property, 24 years old. Still spicy as ever.
Spicy, so spicy.
I know you guys have been missing Kathryn, so I was so excited that you guys got to see her today. Maybe you'll have to do a keeper tour soon too.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I miss you guys. I miss seeing you guys all the time.
So let's see. We're gonna find our girl. I'm sure she fell asleep on her den. She's like, I'm done.
I'm waiting, but I need a nap.
Yeah. Hi, Mandy.
I'm waiting, but I need a nap. Hi, sweet girl. You ready for breakfast?
Oh, stick. All right. So last tiger, last cat for the tour. If you want to rewatch this, I probably won't do a ton of talking around Amanda because I don't want to extra spice her up. So this will be Amanda Tiger. If you want to rewatch from the beginning, go to dailybigcat.com. Very slow. Hi, babe. It's all right. You know me now. You know me now. Good girl. Yeah, you don't have to lean over. Good job, babe. She did. Kathryn came in specifically to check Amanda's bucket and make sure that it was all cut up in good pieces for her. And for anyone wondering, Amanda actually did get a little bit of a snack this morning because she's a meds cat. Ooh. So she has already had a little bit of a snack this morning because she got Azadil, which is a kidney supplement. And then she is on gabapentin for some arthritis and some stiffness in her spine and her legs. Hi, Mama. You want to go see the rest in feeding lockout? Let's go this way. There go. There go. I know, honey. See what she's doing? Oh, they put 2 doors down for her. It's like old school. Old school, we used to double lock you out. Are you?
She's not quite that spicy.
No, not that spicy no more. So there's 2 doors down that we'll have to open. I hear ya. I hear ya.
I know. Oh, I'm mad about that. Okay. Come on.
I know, honey.
Come on, my girl. Come here. Good girl.
Good job, babe.
Good job. You're all right, Mandy. Good girl. Good girl, Amanda. So it's kind of amazing at 24 that she can still eat drumsticks.
I agree. Big time.
Most of our old guys that have gotten to this age can't eat bone anymore, but she still manages. You got it, big girl. Good job.
Good job, honey.
crunchies. Good job, Mandy. Sweet girl.
And yeah, I did do my first home tour. Deb posted it last week on the main page and dailybigcat.com, and it was of Amanda Tiger. So if you want to see every square inch of her enclosure, you can watch that after we end this live feed. So we're gonna let Amanda finish up. What we'll do is we'll drive back around to all the cats we fed, and we'll double check and make sure there's nothing we need to pick up for them. Yeah, Amanda's our oldest cat on property. So I'm gonna stop yammering in her ear and we'll shut down this feed for today. So thank you guys so much again for all the donations. And Kathryn and I definitely thank you guys for joining us this morning.
Absolutely, it was great seeing everybody again.
Yeah. So you can go rewatch at dailybigcat.com, and thank you so much for all these donations. You guys really rocked it today. We really appreciate it.
All right, bye, Mandy.